Welcome to episode number 4 of this Austin Dundons NHL 23 Expansion Draft Franchise Series. And today, I'm obviously playing my Austin Dundons NHL 23 Expansion Draft Franchise Series. I know it's the first episode of the series, and well, it's about a month since the last episode. And this is my first NHL 23 video in general in like 3 weeks. I've just been playing, well, MLB The Show 20 and Madden 23, but my first NHL 23 video in a few weeks. It's about 3, I think. Also, I was out of town for a week, so that's also part of the reason why it's been 3 weeks. But here's the schedule, as it's February 28th, 2023 in this game. It's a trade deadline, so that's why I'm playing this game. It's against the Arizona Coyotes. They're in last place in the Central. Yes, they are in the Central, or excuse me, they're in last place in the Pacific. I know in real life they're in the Central, but they put their Dundons originally in the Pacific, and that doesn't make any sense. And the only way to get into the Central, I had to take the team already in the Central and put them in the Pacific, and the only team I really like to do that with is the Coyotes, because they were originally in the Pacific before the Kraken, the Seattle Kraken, became a team 2 years ago. But yeah, we're playing the Coyotes in this episode, then we play the Predators the next day, then we play the Coyotes again on March 3rd, as you can see right here. And then you can see we're at Chicago, at Dallas, or hosting Dallas, excuse me, in Dallas. We're in first place right now, 3 points up on the Dallas Stars. Whereas we're 39-20-3 with 81 points, 3 points up on Dallas, 4 points up on St. Louis, and 5 points up on 3 points up on Dallas, 4 points up on St. Louis, and 5 points up on Colorado. And then you can see, I mean, all these games, and then the next episode of the series will be the last game of the regular season against the Carolina Hurricanes at home here on April 9th, 2023. That's the last game of the regular season, and that will be the next episode of this series. And then after the next episode after that will be the playoffs, assuming that we make it, which we should, knock on wood. I might just jinxed it, but hopefully not, as the Coyotes 23, 32, and 7 with, I can't see it. So, the Coyotes 23, 32, and 7 with 53 points. Last place, I believe they're in last place. I think they're in last place, or they're in second to last place. I'm not sure if there's 9 teams in the Pacific. I think there is, because I moved the Coyotes back, and obviously there's 33 teams in this game. So 17, 25, 30. Yeah, there is 9 teams in the Pacific. So Coyotes are in 8th place, 9 in the Pacific, 8 in the Central, 8 in the Atlantic, and 8 in the Metropolitan, which would be 24. Plus 9 is 33. Johnny Gaudreau, our captain, has played all 62 games, 33 goals, 37 assists, 70 points. He's our captain. And the reason why the Flames didn't protect him is because remember, he's a free agent. So that's why in real life he signed with Columbus. We also had Andre Palat, who was also a free agent, who signed with New Jersey in real life. That's why we were able to get Andre Palat, Johnny Gaudreau. We also have some other players. Our goaltending, I actually want to look at that because there's it's Marc-Andre Fleury and Scott Wedgwood. I want to make sure Fleury's playing. I just want to make sure they don't, like, screw something up. I want to make sure they don't screw anything up. Okay, Fleury 87 overall, and then Wedgwood 83 overall. Fleury 49 games, 33 wins, not bad. Wedgwood 17 games, 6 wins. I just want to make sure Fleury was number 1, because I want him playing for this. Because I'm pretty sure in the last episode, Wedgwood was playing. But yeah, that aside, let's face the Coyotes. The game is, like I said, in Austin at the Dodge House. Here on February 28th, 2023, which is the trade deadline. I didn't make any moves, because I just didn't feel like we needed to. This team has Clayton Keller, Shane Wright, and then they also have Slanch Vosti. I completely botched that name, but I think that's a rookie as well, along with Shane Wright. We obviously have Johnny Gaudreau and some other players as well. We have better offense, defense, and goalie than the Coyotes, so we should win this game. Style, traditional lanes, 5 minutes, still semi-pro, honest, Turner, adaptive. Let's get into this game against the Coyotes. Coyotes at Dundons here in Austin. So we have better offense by 4, better defense by 1, and a better goalie by 2. Their goalie is Velmelta, or I'm not sure who their goalie actually is. It might be Velmelta. I might be botching that name. Not sure, but we'll find out when the game starts who their goalie is. Our goalie should be Fleury. Let's watch in transition, let's watch transition, James Cebulski. Full house here in Austin. Let's go. As those glow sticks, all the fans in the building have those glow sticks, and they're rocking here tonight. Let's go. And we lose the opening face-off, as here comes Arizona. Clayton Teller, their star, to Shane Wright, and a shot hit a stick and went out of play. And that is Fleury in net, because I can see his nameplate. 29 seconds in. That's when the first whistle happens. Clayton Teller, 45 points, 10 goals, 35 assists, 45 points. Coyotes have lost the last 3 games. And a shot saved by Fleury, and he passes it out to Colin Miller up ahead in Nichushkin. Nichushkin got bodied off. But get in there first is Rodriguez. Backdoor score! Valeri Nichushkin. Dundon strike first here on home ice. Good pass by Evan Rodriguez to Valeri Nichushkin, and Nichushkin buries it. Blocker side on the Arizona netminder, and it's 1-0 Dundons. Just a couple minutes into the game. As we scored goals, Nichushkin 17th of the year, he's 4th on the team. As we scored like less than a minute and a half into the game, assisted by Evan Rodriguez and Colin Miller. As we scored less than 90 seconds into the hockey game. There's Nichushkin, fresh off that goal, and a shot hit a skate, excuse me. And a shot stopped by, this team has Darcy Kemper. Apparently they do. So it's Darcy Kemper versus Marc-Andre Fleury. That's Kemper's first save. I'm pretty sure that's his first save, because obviously the first shot he faced was a goal. Coyotes are 2-6-2 in their last 10 games. I believe we're 7-3-0. They're 2-6-2. Obviously we're in first place in the Central. They're in 8th place, second to last place in the Pacific. And that guy got around me. I took a weird angle to the puck. Center and pass it a stick. And now up ahead, Nichushkin with number 13. And I don't want to do a backhander. What a save by Kemper. That was on Gaudreau. The captain, Miller, shot blocked. That was a good save. Well, he made the save on the backhander by Nichushkin, but then Gaudreau, the captain, had a point-blank shot, but good save. And now a good putt jab by McNabb. To the captain got rocked. You don't do that to the captain. You do not do that to the captain. And Brandon McNabb stands up for his captain. It's him and number 6. I'm not going to try to pronounce his name, and that's the Arizona captain. I didn't even know that until I saw the C on his jersey. I won the fight. Yeah, you can see the C on his left shoulder. So you don't mess. I believe it was a captain on captain hit, but although you're the captain of your team, you don't mess with the captain of the Dundons. And McNabb says you don't do that. And he won the fight. 5 for fighting for both guys. 1-0 still. 14:47 to go in the first. We win the draw. Back to Miller. Save! Rebound. Kane couldn't bury it as I don't know if he got the shot off. This team has Vincent Trocheck. Here's Krause. I've heard of him. I've heard of Trocheck, but in real life he's not even on the Coyotes. Krause is, though. Kemper's on the Capitals. Here's Soderstrom. Trocheck. Vincent Trocheck. Who in real life is on the Rangers, I think. Here we go. 8 minutes into the game, or 7 minutes into the game. I don't know. That was Kane still has it. Shot turned aside by Kemper. Now Joseph Domi lost the puck. I don't know why 91 just stared at it. Well, it's probably a good idea. You don't want to be pinned deep. You want to pinch in this. You don't want to pinch right now. It's not. We're late in the game and you're down. Here's Gaudreau. Gaudreau wasn't injured after that hit. I'm going to dump it in because I don't want to kill it in. Nichushkin. Back to the point. Logan Stanley. I should not have done that pirouette. As we're approaching the halfway point of the first. Did a forecheck. Miller lost the puck. Rodriguez lost the puck. Following up though is Stanley. Gaudreau at the point. He's at the point. Miller shot blocked by Soderstrom. Trocheck. Good forecheck by Austin. And never die out of the zone. Gaudreau. And there's an injury. I'm not gonna. As there's an injured Arizona player. There's an option to fight again, but I don't want to fight. There's a penalty? Oh no, it just there's roughing penalties on both teams. I thought there was it's roughing on the Chustin and Kraus. Not 9:14 they don't in the first. It's 4-on-4 as they were kind of roughing it up in the corner. There was an injured Arizona player, so that's why the whistle was blown once Arizona got possession. There was an option for another fight, but I'm not gonna do that because I just had a fight. Yes, we are 7-3-0 in our last 10 games. 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. 9:05 to go in the period here. And a shot saved by Fleury. Rebound was there, but cleared out of the zone. And here's Nick Dowd. I think it's Nick Dowd. It was definitely Dowd. And what a hit. But now Dowd, backhander, didn't do, well, not at a net, but it was weak. Did forecheck. Here's Boquist. Good save by Temper through a screen. And kicked down to the vacant corner. I'm going to kill this guy. That's Keller, too. I nailed him. Shot is blocked. Here's Soderstrom. He got crushed to Neptune. Stanley bounced off a guy. Here's Dursey. Save. Rebound! Loose in the paint. But Temper has got it. 8:13 to go in the period. 59 seconds to go on the 4-on-4. We had our chances here. This team has Nick Ritchie. I already knew that. Here we go, there's Jersey. Stanley. And they got picked off by Ritchie. Here's Boyd, got nailed. Dies offside, so he has to touch up. I send it around. We touch up. Evander Kane. Didn't mean to do that. Here's Fleury. Don't want to play it in the forbidden zone. Finds Jersey. Finds Stanley cutting up the ice. He's a good defenseman, though, so he's not really literally quick, or I don't know what I'm trying to say, but here's Nick Ritchie, big hit, 15 seconds to go on the 4-on-4, I'm getting pinned by the guy, and now a center and pass, a weak shot is stopped by Fleury, he's got it, 7 seconds to go on the 4-on-4 here, 7:21 to go in the period, still 1-0 Dundons, it's that goal by Chustin, less than a minute and a half into the game here. Lose the draw. Gossa spare with a drive, but blocked. 2 seconds and 1. It's dumped in. 5-on-5 as boat dies down on the bots. Gaudreau, lightning speed. Find McNabb as he's out of the puck is still in our zone. McNabb is back after that 5-minute major for fighting. Shots are 10-3 in favor of Austin. We still have the puck, like I said. Here's McNabb. Miller, saved by Temper. No screen. He passes it out. Here's Kraus. He's out after that roughing penalty against Chustin. That was almost too many men on the ice, but I don't. Oh, that's a penalty in real life. Putt jet by Hayden, and a little weak shot is stopped by Fleury with the pad, and dumped in off the boards. And this guy now has it. Here's White. I don't know who this guy is. And good body check, and now a turnover. Stastny, throw up save Fleury. And he passes it through the paint to the vacant corner. Kane's got it. And why would McNabb move? Oh. And it's down the ice, it'll be an icing. 3:16 to go in the period, 1-0. We go, despite us, I would say, outplaying the faceoffs are 6-2 in favor of Arizona, 7-2 now. And oh, that almost was a breakaway. We might have numbers though. Back the other way, Rodriguez. Maybe a 3-on-2 late. Shot through a melee of people got blocked. Here's Shane Wright. I believe he's a rookie, I think. Did a hit. Here's Chustin. He got bodied, but this guy's. Ooh, he almost broke that for a breakaway if he stole that. A minute and a half to go here. I didn't mean to do that. That's going to just be wide of the net. And it's going to be an icing. I almost beat him down to the ice, but didn't. And I almost went on net. 1:08 to go. Still 1-0. Come on. I mean, we should be up by more on this team. Obviously, 1-0 lead is better than losing or being tied, but still, we should be up by more here. We got 1 minute to go in the first. Up ahead, Rodriguez. This team has a good defense. Neutral zone trap somewhat. not every time, but most of the time they have 3 or 4 guys bat. 15 seconds to go here. We scored less than a minute and a half into the game. 5 seconds, looking for a buzzer beater. We have to go the entire 200 feet. They have a neutral zone trap. One last shot. Kind of was a knuckler, but saved by Temper at the horn, and it's 1-0 Dundalks after 20 here on home ice. 1-0 Dundalks, like I said, after 20 minutes here on home ice. We outshot them 11-5 in the period. Out-hit them 10-7. Time of attack, we had 2:33. They had 47 seconds. Passing, they're 10% better exactly. Face-off 7-3 in favor of Arizona. Penalty minutes 7 aside. The 5-minute major for fighting. And then the 2-minute minor for roughing for both teams. No power plays. And let's get into the second period right now with the Dundalks up 1-0. We're in the second period, we're up 1-0. As this crowd wants to cheer about something here in the second. Let's get it. And too early, so we lose the opening draw of the second as well. And here's this guy. Center and pass right! Lost the putt. And then I did a dive block because I thought he was going to shoot it. But he lost it. It might have been poked from behind. And now Diderot still has it. That's the point. Miller blocked by Keller. Dumped in by Keller, and it ends up hitting the glass out of play. So the puck is out of play, and the whistle is blown. Here we go, and here's Miller up ahead. Diderot dumps it down around the boards. Kemper doesn't come out. Nichushkin right in front. Let's go again. As Nichushkin loses his helmet, and now it's Colin Miller fighting for, and it might be the same guy fighting. It's the Arizona captain again. But this time instead of it's another defenseman. It's Miller. It was McNabb, and now it's Miller. And who's gonna win it? And Colin Miller wins it. As the Arizona captain has lost 2 fights here in this game, and there's still half a game to go, and the Arizona captain has lost 2 fights. She should get that C removed. I'm just kidding. But the Arizona captain is the Arizona captain has lost 2 fights, and there's still half a game to go. Over half a game to go. 17:42 to go in the second. We're still up 1-0. And a shot. Stopped by Domi behind the net. It's destroyed. A little bit of a cross-check, ref. So both teams have, 12 penalty minutes, 2 5-minute major for fighting, and a 2-minute minor for roughing. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to dump it in, not dump it backwards. Here we go. Good play by Tane. Kicked it out. And now right to the slump backhand. Saved by Temper. 15:37 to go. But yeah, the Arizona captain, 2 fights. Lost to Brandon McNabb, and then lost to Colin Miller. 2 defensemen, too. Who probably haven't had that many fights in their career. And the Arizona captain, I think, is a forward, and he lost 2 fights to the defenseman, McNabb and then Miller. And now here's Ristolainen. Obviously, we're down 1 defenseman. There's McNabb, but now it's Nichushkin. Oh, that almost tipped in past Temper as he got it with the toe, as he barely got that. Then that almost went off an Arizona player and almost went in. It's 11-9 in favor of Austin. Still 1-0 though. 15 minutes to go in the second here. Still plenty of game to go. Over half a game to go. That guy got destroyed. So I think Nichushkin's okay. He took a big hit, lost his helmet. Yeah, Nichushkin is definitely okay. Here's Rodriguez. That did a funny hop. I'm dumping it a lot because they do have a good neutral zone trap. I mean, they have 3 or 4 guys back every time. Soderstrom! Save Fleury! Juicy rebound, but a Dundalks player's there. And now Ristolainen right up the middle of the ice. Save! No score! Rodriguez tipped it in! As I thought Kemper got it with the glove, but it was tipped in by Rodriguez as he tipped it past the glove and the body of Darcy Kemper, and it's 2-0. And I started to say save because I thought Kemper got it, and Kemper might have got a piece of it, but not enough of it. And it's 2-0 Dundons as Rodriguez tipped it in. Points, Diderot out of point. He has 71. He leads the team, but I think in the lead, he's like 5th, I think it said. Assisted by Ristolainen and Diderot, obviously, our captain. And that die got sandwiched between 2 dies. McNabb lost the putt, though. Here's Schwartz, Stastny, and did defense. It rolls on Fleury, passes it behind, and there's Anderson. He got absolutely clotheslined. And eventually another die got hit, but it ended up going out of the zone. 11 minutes to go. Here's Stastny. And now a shot! Good pass, good save. Or good pass, good shot, but a good save by Fleury. As we're halfway through the hockey game here in Austin, it's 2-0 Dundons. And now that guy's double teamed. Marchment up ahead, Josh Anderson off the boards. This guy got absolutely decked, but there's a penalty. Yeah, that's probably a charge based on because I came from basically the blue line to the goal line to hit that guy. And eventually we touch. Thankfully it's not a 5-minute major and a day misconduct. It's actually an elbow. 2-minute line for elbowing on Anderson. First power play goes there. First power play of the game goes to Arizona. There's Dodd, our mascot, behind the glass. We were in the draw, and it's cleared right through the legs of the Arizona defenseman. And missing the puck was Kemper. Yeah, that went right through the legs of the Arizona defenseman. Here's Keller. And here's a center and pass shot saved by our goaltender. Not out of the zone. And then a glove save by Fleury. And I probably should have secured it, and now that guy got nailed, but there's another penalty as we didn't get the puck out of the zone, and then I nailed the guy, and this one's a charge on Logan Stanley, and now it's 5-on-3. 8:10 to go in the second, so it was elbowing on Anderson, now charging on Stanley. Minute 23, or minute 28 in the 5-on-3 for Arizona, and it's not cleared out of the zone. And now it's blocked by Miller and cleared at least to center ice. But a minute 15 on the 5-on-3, and then there'll be some 5-on-4 time as well. And a save by Fleury, and probably shouldn't have passed it out, but moot point. Jersey clears it down. This time Kemper actually stops it. And now turned it over, and shot got blocked and went way wide. 55 seconds to go in the 5-on-3 here. Still 2-0. And good play, but he tripped him up. And my goodness. So an elbow, a charge, now it's Jersey. Jersey tripping. And it's now 5-on-3 for who knows how long. I don't know what's going on. I did a dive block and he ended up taking the feet out, incidentally, of the Arizona player. But even if it's on accident, it's still a penalty. So it's now 5-on-3 for a minute 15, and there'll be 5-on-4 for I don't know how long. Here's Keller, blocked. That dive block stopped the puck, and now Doss the spare save! Rebound was there, but McNabb cleared it out. 5-on-3 for a minute now. I'm not going to go for a big hit because I don't want to do another penalty. Because Arizona has a golden opportunity to at least tie, or at least get one, if not get two and tie the game, but they haven't got any so far. Here's Keller. I'm back here. Stankoven, one-timer, Fleury said no. And now Dowd cleared it down. 35 seconds to go in the 5-on-3. And Temper just left it there. Here we go. 6:35 to go in the period. Still 2-0. Good poke, and then cleared down the ice. Penalty Tail's doing well as they're almost through the 5-on-3. And that's lucky that was not a penalty. I sent it way backwards. But more time off the clock here. 5 seconds. It's cleared all the way down the ice, which is perfectly fine. No icing because we're on the penalty tail. And now it's 5-on-4 for a minute 25. So no 5-on-3. Now it's 5-on-4. One-timer save. And Fleury pounces on it, passes it out, and it's cleared down the ice by Ristolainen. And that guy got hit. Nope. Dude, how is that a penalty? You gotta be kidding me. So now it's 5-on-3 again. This is a disaster. Now another charge. And it's on Nick Dowd. So we have a charge, an elbow, a trip, now another charge. So we have had 4 penalties in the span of like 5 minutes. 2 guys are free, 2 guys are still in the box. It's 5-on-3 for a minute 4 seconds, and then I just 5-on-4 for like 55 seconds. Not cleared out of the zone. One-timer blocked. And now Jones, I believe that's Seth Jones, clears it down. And this is this is big penalty trouble, but Arizona's squandering this opportunity so far. And good poke, and it goes out. And you have to regroup here. Arizona has the puck in our zone. 5:17 they're down in the second. The clock does go slower when there's penalties. That's why the clock dramatically stopped. See, you're telling me that's not a penalty? I'm fighting again. It's Nick Smoltz versus Jesper Boquist. I mean, this is my 3rd fight. At least it's not the Arizona captain again, for Arizona's sake. And now it's finally a forward, and I might lose this fight because he has no energy left, and the Arizona player has like half energy. And yeah, so Arizona wins the fight. It's Smoltz, but you're telling me that's not a penalty? I mean, I literally did the same thing to the Arizona player, and you're telling me that's not a penalty? The only penalty will be a 5-minute major for fight. That's a 3rd fight. There's 3 guys in the box. I mean, you're telling me that... I mean, the Coyotes, it says they're 32nd in the lead, which means they have the least amount of points, but I don't get how that's not a penalty. Like, okay, 25 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. We're in mammoth penalty trouble. I'm not hitting him because I don't want to take the chance. At this point, don't touch anyone. You might get a penalty, but then if Arizona hits you, it's not a penalty. I mean, like, that was almost identical to what I did, and they called me for a penalty, but not Arizona. That's just logical. I mean, here we go. 3, 2, 1. It's now 5-on-4 for 55 seconds. Is Arizona, I think, is what, 0 for 3, I think, on the power play now? We haven't had one. It's saved. It's saved by Fleury. Kicked out of there. Cleared down the ice, I believe, by Diderot. 38 seconds to go. 4:20 to go in the period here. So we have what, an elbow, a charge, a trip, and now another charge. That's the 4 penalties. So Arizona is 0 for 3 so far. And a save by Fleury. 20 seconds to go on the 5-on-4. And turned over, Soderstrom. A one-timer saved by Fleury. Not out of the zone, though. And now a centering pass. Doorstep saved by Fleury. 8 seconds. And now 3 seconds. Cleared down the ice, and that is it. The Gunnuts kill all 4 penalties. And they're still up 2-0. 3:20 they go in the period. As we kill all 4. Heck of a job by our PK. And now a turnover, but White got absolutely buried. Now Diderot. 1 goal in the first, 1 goal in the second for Austin here. We haven't had a shot in a long time because we've been on the penalty kill so long. And that just missed. Now Diderot. And a save by Temper. Flashed the leather. 1:43 to go. Faceoffs are now 11-10 in favor of Austin. This is... Yeah, I mean, they had multiple 5-on-3s Arizona did. They had chances, they had shots, but they didn't do anything. Minute and a half to go here. Still up 2-0. Defense is doing well. The PK did well. Now a center and pass. Save, rebound on the doorstep. But Fleury said no. Final minute of the second. .9, 2-0. Fleury 22 saves on 22 shots. We might be getting outshot now because the Coyotes had a good amount of shots on that power play. Backhander! Save! Get the puck! What are you doing? I'm not gonna hit him. Now right, 4 seconds. Spins back. And we'll run out the clock. End of the second period. 4-0 Dundons. Or excuse me, end of the second period, 2-0 Dundons. As we're through 40 minutes of play, it's now 2-0 Dundons. Nichushkin scored, and then Rodriguez scored. Rodriguez's goal was a tip-in. Past the glove of Kemper. Yeah, we are getting outshot 22-17. Not period, I think we were outshot 17-6. It was 11-5 Austin in the first, 17-6 Arizona in the second. The shot total is 22-17 Arizona. But we're still winning. Let's get into the third period right now. Dundon's up 2-0. Here we go. 20 minutes to go. We're up 2-0. Just keep playing the same way we've been playing. We don't have to score again necessarily. We just gotta play the defense. I would like to score again though, at least a couple more, or at least one or two more. We finally want to draw to start the third period, or start a period. We lost the first two, but then won the third one. So you're telling me that's not a penalty? Nichushkin, a little knuckler trying to glove side or blocker side, ends up going glove side, and it's stopped by Temper. There's the Arizona captain. Obviously has two fights in this game, lost both. We lose a face-off. It's now 13-12 Austin on the face-offs. 2-0 Dundons in the game early in the third. Good poke by Austin on Teller. Not out of the zone, though. Now out of the zone. Here's Diderot. It's a good defensive game here. Good play by Nichushkin. Shot score! Valeri Nichushkin has 2, and it's 3-0. There's Dodd, the mascot. 2 goals for Nichushkin, and it's 3-0 Dundons. 18th of the year, second of the game. He's one goal away from the hat trick. Both shots went blocker side. Both of his goals were blocker side on Kemper, and it is now 3-0. Big insurance goal for Austin. And he's now third on the team with 18 goals, only behind Diderot and someone else. Assisted by Diderot and Rodriguez. Rodriguez has a goal and an assist. Diderot has 2 assists. And obviously Nichushkin has 2 goals. Up ahead, Diderot, the captain, has a pair of assists. And now a centering pass just was a little late. Good play by the captain. Up ahead, turned over. Should have passed somewhere else. And a slapper saved by Fleury. As it might have been tipped, but saved by Fleury either way. And now I went after the blue paint, but Mantha has it. Here we go, and here's Arizona. A little weak shot is stopped by Fleury. Now Krause to poke by Miller. Here's Domi. Lost the puck. 14-10 to go. And a one-timer blocked by Kane. And Kane's got it. And he'll dump it down. And this one goes up against the post, and Kemper is forced to cover. And Nichushkin one goal away from the hat trick. When the draw, shot, jumping out of the way was Matthew Joseph, but it was still blocked. Good hit. And now his center pass ended up being poked away by Kemper. Joseph shot it, but save. McNabb lost the puck to Schwartz, who beat. They're booing. What in the world? I'm not fight. Whoa! There's another fight, or another possible fight. I'm not in a fight there. Puck ends up going out of play. That was kind of weird, but dumped in. 11-10 to go here. And they're booing Smaltz because of the fight earlier. Well, they're booing him for the fight. If we won the fight, they wouldn't probably be booing him. But they're booing Smaltz anytime he touches the puck because he won the fight earlier. Now he's off the ice, but the fans are booing him every time. You know, I didn't mean to do that. Soderstrom below the goal line. Now a shot off the glove of Fleury and can fly out the other side. Here's Dowd. And now a center and pass, that didn't really work. Rodriguez split the 2 defensemen. Under 8 minutes to go here. Coyotes need 3. I don't know why that got to the inefficient route to the puck. And eventually we did the puck out. Here's Diderot, the captain. And now Nichushkin for the hat trick! Just missed it! As Temper actually might have got a piece of it, I'm not sure. I don't know what that was. Second shot by, I believe it was Ristolainen, ended up blocked. 6 minutes to go, here's Hayden, and Ristolainen has nailed the crap out of him. And he's floated it up, no penalty this time. Good row! The captain, blocker save Temper. And now turned over. Good play. Yeah, every time Smoltz, and now it's a breakaway for Rodriguez, save, rebound save by Temper. Yeah, every time Smoltz touches the puck, the fans are booing him because of the fight win earlier. I like how the EA added that. Here we go, 3:40 to go. In this game, usually the team that's down doesn't pull their goalie unless they're down by 2 or less goals, but if they're down by more than 2 goals, they usually don't pull their goalie. Usually only pull them if they're down by 2 or less here. Little melee by the bench here. Stayed in the zone after all that. Domi tapped the puck, and eventually he tapped the puck. Ends up being offside, or delay off, so I have to touch up. Under 2 to go here as Atlanta is running really quick. Coyotes need 3 goals in like 100 seconds. Center and pass blocked. Good play. Dump down. 1:20 to go here. Kane blocked. What a hit! What a hit. I wanted to Nichushkin. I'm not sure which line he's on though. Let's see if he can hit the hat trick. And now that didn't really work. As it got blocked. Marchman got hit. Miller, who won the fight earlier with the Arizona captain. As there's Smoltz and boot again. I hit him for good measure. As he's down at the blue line. Turned over. Shot. Turned aside. But there's an injured Dundon's player below the goal line. Center and pass. Score! Shane Wright breaks the shutout. As that, I didn't cover the guy right in the slot. That was my fault. Shane Wright, 14th goal of the year. 30 seconds to go, and it's 3-1. As we're still going to win, knock on wood. But the shutout is gone with half a minute to go. Now there's 29 seconds to go, and the shutout is gone. Assisted by Trouse, 14th of the year for Wright. They might pull him, though. Or maybe they don't. Here we go. Turned over. Dumped down by Nichushkin's out here. And Temper kept it going. Good row. Trying to find Nichushkin. And now there's a melee. And Diderot's down. 16 seconds to go. I don't know what was going on there. But Temper started to go to the bench. Maybe he was trying to go to the bench for the extra attacker. But why would he do that when the puck is literally 10 feet in front of him? But now Diderot is injured. So our captain's injured in the final 20 seconds of the game. So that's not good. 16 seconds. They might pull him. I'm not sure if Nichushkin's still out here. They are pulling him. 10 seconds. I'm not sure if Nichushkin's out here or not. Center and pass. Save Fleury. 6 seconds. McNabb off a Dundon's player. 2 seconds. And that is the game. Dundons win it 3-1. The Dundons beat the Coyotes 3-1. Fleury lost the shutout in the final half minute. But he still gets the win. That's all that matters. He doesn't get the shutout. Was really close to it. But it is what it is. There's a salute. But the Dundons still win it 3-1. There's Dodd in the middle. But that's unfortunate. Diderot, our captain, got injured with 16 seconds to go. Nichushkin got 2 goals. Rodriguez had the other one. And then Wright had the only goal for Arizona. Which was right here. As, yeah, it was my fault. I left the guy wide open in the slot. But we still won it. Fleury didn't get the shutout. But we still got the dub, and that's all that matters. As Nichushkin got the first goal, Rodriguez tipped in the second goal, and then Nichushkin got the third goal. So the first star is probably not going to be Nichushkin. Third star is going to be Fleury. 27 saves on 28 shots. We actually got outshot 28-25. Second star is Nichushkin. Why is it 2 goals, no assists, 2 hits? So Nichushkin, he had 2 goals, but he's the second star? Who's the first star then? First star is Evan Rodriguez. One goal, 2 assists, and 1 hit. I didn't realize Rodriguez had... Well, I know Rodriguez had a goal and an assist, but I didn't realize he had a goal and 2 assists. So he had 3 points. Nichushkin, although he had 2 goals, he only had 2 points. So because Rodriguez had 3 points and Nichushkin had 2, that's why Rodriguez is the first star and Nichushkin's the second star. So it's Rodriguez, Nichushkin, and Fleury. It's the 3 stars first star or third star. We still won. We out-hit them 27-23. Time of attack, we had 2 minutes more, give or take. Passing, they were 23% better. Face-off, 16-14 in favor of Austin. Penalty minutes, 25-17 in favor of Austin. Power plays, we had none. Arizona had 4, all in the second period, all in like a 5-minute span. But they didn't score. They went 0 for 4 on the power play, and they had 4 minutes and 56 seconds of power play time. So they almost had 5 minutes of power play time and didn't even get 1 goal. And then neither team scored shorthanded. Arizona was never shorthanded because, like I said, we never got a power play. But there was 3 fights in this game. Obviously, McNabb beat the Arizona captain. Miller beat the Arizona captain, and then Smaltz beat Boquist. But I still went 2 for 3 on fights. That ain't bad. But yeah. So I wish I left that guy wide open in the slot, and then he shot it. I believe it was blocker side on Fleury. His Fleury was about this close to a shutout, but just wasn't meant to be. We still won though. That's all that matters. As obviously we have, I think, including this game, we had 20 games left. I think, or 19 games left, something like that. So now we have 18 or 19 games left in the season. The regular season. Next episode of the series will be the last game of the regular season against the Carolina Hurricanes at home at the Doghouse in Austin, Texas. And then the next episode after that will be the playoffs, assuming that we make it, which we should, knock on wood. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. You should have, because we won 3-1, and I'll see you in the next one. Okay guys, time we're closing the board. If this episode, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa, aunts, uncles, pets, and friends about these videos. And you know what? I'm going to see you in episode number 5 of this Austin Gundots NHL 23 Expansion Draft Franchise Series. See you in episode number 5. And you know what? I'm going to see you in episode number 5 of this Austin Gundots NHL 23 Expansion Draft Franchise Series. See you in episode number 5. And eat all the bacon. And go Dundons. And go Dundons. And I'll see you in my next video. And go Dundons.